Hello Buddy Bats, I am N-SaN, you know, because I'm insane. Welcome to this special video where I decided to do a gamer tag for reaching 300 subscribers. This gamer tag was created by Lemons on DeviantArt and I will link them below. Thank you all for supporting my channel, and I appreciate every single one of you that leave likes on my videos and comment, and those who stuck around and embrace the insanity. So let's get right into the gamer tag. So the first question is, what is your favorite video game? This question is hard for me because I immediately think of two games, being BioShock and Jet Set Radio Future. I can't really pick just one of those two. Those games were very influential in what I like, especially with Jet Set Radio Future. It kind of was very pivotal towards like fashion and music and graffiti as an art form, and it just got me really into that kind of style of gaming. And BioShock, because the way that I discovered that game was pretty funny. If you want to know more about why that series is so special to me, watch this video right here. The second question is, what is your current favorite video game? You know, that one's kind of tough because I haven't been consistent with playing as many video games as I want to, but I would have to say that playing Lollipop Chainsaw was such a treat. I always wanted to play that game back then and I never had the chance to, but thank God for emulation, I got the chance to do that, which I've been uploading my gameplays. If you want to watch that series, watch this playlist here. Third question is, what is your favorite video game genre? Right away, my favorite video game genre of all time is horror. I love horror video games. I love survival horror. I love occult horror. Give me anything. Fourth question is, how long have you been playing video games? I've been playing video games since I was 6 years old. Yeah. Fifth question is, what's the first video game you've ever played? That's a tough question. Since I got the Xbox at 6, the game that it brung was kind of a double-sided thing. It included two games in one. It had Jet Set Radio Future and a Sega racing game. If I find a picture, I'll put it right here. And I also remember playing Splinter Cell, and I played the first Spider-Man game from 2002. So those four games, I would say my first ones. I can't remember what was the first game I ever played. The sixth question is, what game have you clocked the most hours into? Honestly, right away I can say DC Universe Online. I was so obsessed with that many years ago, and I would play and I would do like long gaming sessions late into the night and early into the morning, trying to level up to 30 and get like the best iconic armor that I could, and I always wanted the Batman one. I never succeeded in getting full armor pieces, but I got some here and there, and playing with PvP matches was pretty fun. But at a certain point, the game kind of gets boring because you can't really progress unless you have a group or a league to do raids together. Number 7 is, what's your longest gaming session? Well, recently I can say that I did a fireside on Game Jolt that was 10 hours or so. So that was my longest gaming session, doing it live and just non-stop. So that was pretty fun. 8th question is, who is your favorite game developer? That's really hard to say nowadays with how gaming has been lately. I could definitely say that Electronic Arts is my least favorite game developer for many reasons. Look at Sims 4, what they did to Mass Effect. I will have to say for sure, Activision games in the early 2000s, oh my god, they were awesome. You know, I'm a DC girl for like comics and their movies as far as like the animated ones, but when it comes to video games, Marvel killed it with Activision. I would play like all the X-Men Activision games, Fantastic Four, whatever I could get my hands on. They were a part of my childhood and I loved it, especially Ultimate Alliance. And I always liked 2K games and the team that did BioShock. The 9th question is, who is your favorite hero from a video game? Honestly, I love Nathan Drake. I love the Uncharted series. Kinda sad that it ended with Uncharted 4. I would also have to say Batman, of course, from the Arkham games, because in my opinion, those were some of the best Batman games ever. Leon Kennedy. I'm also gonna say Joel from The Last of Us, and Aeon Flux from her own title video game based off the movie, because it's just one of my guilty pleasures. And I know I'm giving you a list at this point, but I cannot go without saying Cloud Strife from Final Fantasy VII and Tidus from Final Fantasy X. Ooh. 10th question is, who is your favorite villain? Honestly, my favorite villain is always going to be Albert Wesker from the Resident Evil series, just because I love the rivalry between Chris Redfield and Wesker. Oh my god, I definitely have an answer for this question. The 11th question is, who is your most hated character in a video game? I am definitely going to say Seymour from Final Fantasy X. Beating him was such a pain in the ass. I died many times, but I freaking did beat the game and I kicked his ass. The 12th question is, what gaming systems do you own? Well, I have a PlayStation 3, I have a PlayStation 4, I have the OG Xbox. I was given an Xbox One. I have a PSP, a PS Vita, and an old Game Boy Advance, and that's pretty much it. Question 13, which I did answer earlier. What was your first gaming system? That was the OG Xbox, the big boy. Question 14 is, what's your favorite gaming system and why? That immediately is going to be the PlayStation 2. The gaming library is amazing, and that is the most games I have for that console, to be honest with you. I just love the games, and I love how creative things were back then and how much they achieved with that system. Question 15 is, do you prefer to play guy characters or girl characters? To be honest, it doesn't really matter. I mostly played guy characters all my life, but if I have the option to do character creation, I do like to play female characters. And sometimes I just like to make like characters I'm into, like Deadpool or just whatever. I'll make anything in character creation. Question 16 is, do you follow walkthroughs or do you play on your own? Well, I try as much as possible to play on my own, but if it's something that I'm stuck on or there's something that confuses me in a game, I'm gonna have to look up what's going on. Question 17 is, have you ever been to a gaming convention? No, I haven't. I've never been in my life. I've only been to like one comic convention in my life, and that was a small one around my town. I would love to go to a gaming convention. That would be awesome, honestly, to like experience all of those cool panels and get to talk to people and meet new people. I think that'd be cool. Question 18 is, what game are you most excited for to come out in the future? My answer to that will be BioShock 4, because I know it's happening, and right now there isn't too much information on it. I did hear of some new details that came out, so I'd like to kind of look into that. So I'm looking forward to that game because I really want a BioShock that can take us back to what the mood of the first game was, build that atmosphere, and tell a great story. Question 19 is, what's your best memory of a video game? I have a couple of experiences I can share. I don't remember the name of this particular video game, but I'll find it and I'll put an image. There was a funny moment where I was being chased by the cops. This game was kind of like Grand Theft Auto, and I killed my character in such a way that I glitched the game, and I remember dying laughing when I saw what happened. I think my character was on a motorcycle and I was trying to escape the cops, and somehow I hit a fence perfectly where my character flew out of his bike, and he just he landed right in the middle, like he basically hit his, you know, in the center of the fence, and he got stuck like that, and I was dying, bro, for real. I never knew that that could happen in that game, but I broke the game. My other favorite memory was playing, I don't know if it was Pac-Man World Adventures 2 or 3, where I was just playing the Pac-Man arcade minigame in the game, and I figured out the perfect solution to the maze, and I repeated that, and I got higher and higher in a level. And I remember I went to go tell my mom when I was a kid about this solution, and then I went back and I quickly forgot what it was. I had followed the maze a certain way that worked each and every time that it allowed me to pass the level, and yeah, I lost it. And I would say a recent really cool memory of playing video game was playing Dead Island 1 and Dead Island Riptide with a friend on Game Jolt on Fireside. So we got to beat that together live, and we did a whole intense gaming session for that, so it was pretty awesome. Question 20 is, what's your worst memory of a video game? Are you surprised if I say Cyberpunk 2077? That was a game that I followed. I think I was in my sophomore year of college, and I was so hyped throughout the development, watching all these videos and channels dedicated to providing updated news on the game's release, new details about what the game would be like, what character creation would be like, what the world would be like. And once I got my hands on it, and it was on the PlayStation 4, and I played it, and it was a broken mess, I got to a certain point in the story, and I was like, I'm done, I'm returning it for a refund. I didn't care anymore. I did hear lately that there's been improvements to the game, so people do say that it's a much better experience than release. So I'd like to try to go back and give it a try. I don't know. Let me know what you think about the game down below. Question 21 is really interesting. Which video game character do you see yourself as? Or if you had to be represented by a video game character, who would it be? That's a tough one. I mean, I don't really see myself in certain characters, but I can relate to them in different ways. Maybe I'll say Yuna from Final Fantasy X. I don't know. And perhaps I would say Aerith as well from Final Fantasy VII. Or maybe Fem Commander Shepard from Mass Effect. I hope you found my answer somewhat intriguing. If you'd like to add your own comments down below, enter it in the bat chat. And since this is a tag video, not sure if they'll do it, but I'll tag Stixito or Creighton if they're interested in doing it. So there you go. I hope you all have a wonderful day, Batty Bats. Farewell, keep us again next time. Take care.